I'd like to note first that clams fall into two categories, rhythmic and tonal. Sometimes examples from both categories will occur in a single passage, giving a creative opportunity to the listener, conductor, or critic to combine the terminology and make an accurate description of the event. Our first selection will be rhythmic clams. The Société Internationale des Valeurs voted in 2005, after years of debate, that inaccurate rhythm is in fact a true clam. This decision is still being debated in some circles, including the ever-important World Guild of Maestry, as they are afraid to quote their president Herbert von Ehrenstich, "We don't want to get any on us." Our first clam of the evening will be a frag. This is obviously bad rhythm. Depending on the passage and the number of times this figure occurs, this can become a frag, a fragadoo, a fragtra, a fragaturi, a fragum, a fragesto, a fragetto, a fragotto, a fragum, a fragit, or a fragatini. Our first excerpt will be drawn. Moving onward. Our next is a frack. A frack is unsteady tempo, sometimes coupled with outright inept semi-quavering. Sometimes this can be mistaken for plain old rushing and or dragging, or even still both. Our next example is a frig. A frig is general rhythmic chaos. Depending on the duration and the amount of inaccuracy, this can grow into a friggin, a frigate, or a frigate. Our next category will be tonal clams. The no speaky. This is, as I'm sure you are all aware, a late entrance due to the lack of vibration of the embouchure, and there is a note on this. This is not considered by most horn players to be a true clam, since the correct note does eventually speak. the pitch at the end of the last note of a passage, usually in diminuendo. Our next clam is a flop. This is sailing above the pitch at the end of the last note of a passage, once again, usually in diminuendo. This is a no speaky at the end of a diminuendo, causing the note to end earlier than printed. Again, this is considered by most players to not be a true clam. Our next clam is a Freep. A Freep is a soft miss of a note from either above or below, usually only heard and noticed by your colleagues in the horn section, and not noticed by the conductor or the audience. One of the most common and well-known clams is a splat. A splat is a loud miss of a note from either above or below, either upon entrance or in the course of a passage. This must have an indefinite pitch at its inception before arriving on the correct printed note. A Fleas. This is a loud miss of a note from above. These must have a definite pitch at its inception, making it similar to a Baroque appoggiatura in execution. The Fleas is also known in some circles as the approximatura.